Good morning, students. It's Mark Floden here. I'm going to be your instructor for the course CR1041 Customer Service for Information Technology. So, just to introduce myself, I've got a little bit here that you can have a look at. As you can see, I have some children. Those children have grown up a bit since then. That's a bit of an old photo, and I love the desert and things from the desert. Sorry for that scrolling past so fast, but you're welcome to sort of have a look at these things. My son just graduated from high school. That's my mother-in-law in that photo. I have bunch of friends that I like to go riding in the desert with. Like to travel a bit. So New Zealand. This is here in Qatar, down by the inland sea. Some of my friends in Australia. My family in Australia. I got a bunch of older kids that live in Australia. They're in Brisbane. My daughter recently graduated from University of Queensland. She's a medical doctor. As I said, I love to travel, so especially in Europe. And here I learned how to do Polish. Um, um, what do you call it? Their ethnic dancing in Poland. That was kind of awesome. Uh, like cold places. I went up to the Arctic Circle a couple of times. There I was in Norway, the Arctic Circle at Christmas time. That was kind of cool. Yeah, cool is the exact right word. My kids have grown up a bit now. My daughter loves to sing. She's only well, she's grown up, but she's 14, so she's doing that. My wife is from the Philippines, and as I said, I love going to the desert, and so you see a lot of that. My brother in New Zealand, so I got family in New Zealand. I have family in Australia, and my buddy from New Zealand. This guy, I met him like 40 years ago. So yeah, my son and my grandson. All right, so my hobby is motorcycles, and so I got a little bit on that here. So I ride motorcycles quite a lot. I even recently, in the last couple of weeks, did a few competitive rides. Considering because we're still in the middle of that session at the moment, there's a series of competitive rides coming in Qatar, the Qatar Baja. I've done a couple of them and finished, so that was good. Not everybody did. Um, so I love that, even though it kind of hurts. I did live in Australia for like 11 years. That was 15 years in Australia, actually. Sometimes riding, I actually have some come-offs that are kind of harsh. That one broke a helmet. I had to get a new helmet after that. My buddies, we don't, there's not a lot of us, but that's what we do. Basically, every weekend, I'm going to be out there doing that. If I'm not sort of healing up from some kind of break. So that's a little bit of me. I hope that gets you an idea of who your instructor is. I've been around in the Middle East for a while, so I'm not really all that young, but I'm still young at heart, I think. And that's me. I'd like to get to know you guys, of course. And you're welcome to come and visit me in my office. And I know the question that's going to arise is, are we going to have classes in at the college? That's possible, but at the moment the course is online, and we'll see how we go. Looking at the size of the classes and where we can go and whether students actually want to come in. So that's kind of something that I'd like to ask you. Do you want to come in for classes? Maybe you do. In which case, we could probably arrange that. Now, this course, I hope you're going to find it fun. There's a little bit of theory in it, but there's a little bit of practical stuff too. It's basically about, how can we, as an IT person who interacts with other people, and other people can be other IT people, can be, but particularly customers. Well, we've got a very broad definition of a customer in this course because a customer could include your colleagues and your managers. But how do we interact with them? How do we deal with them in a way which everybody benefits? And this is not sort of some kind of hidden science. It's stuff that you guys already know about. And so, what I mean by that is that as we go through the course, there's a lot of stuff you're going to say, yeah, I know that. My mom taught me that when I was 5, right? Yeah, that's because you're a decent human being. And, sort of being a decent human being is sort of kind of what it requires to sort of get along with people. And so, as I said, all this stuff might not seem too unusual to you. There are some things that you'll pick up for sure, because psychologists and have in the last sort of 20, 30 years, 40, 50, 200 years of psychology have sort of come up with new understandings and ideas of what makes us do what we do, and it's a fact that we can do things and we don't even know why we did it, right? And so psychology is kind of the study of that, and psychology applies to this course very nicely. And so you'll see a lot of the things that we say, we might not say XYZ psychologist, but this understanding did come out of that. And of course, some of it is, as I said, just about being a decent human being. So that comes out of human wisdom, which there's all kinds of books on that. So that's what this course is about, in a nutshell. I think is, how can we sharpen ourselves to be more effective, so that we benefit, but so that our business benefits, and so that our customers benefit. And that's where I hope we'll get to in this course. Thank you.